Hey fellow book lovers, welcome back to the Bibliovert channel. My name is Jacqueline, and for today's video we are going to do a little reading vlog. So these are the books that I have to, no matter what, read for the month of May. All of these are our Bibliovert books, so these three we're going to have episodes over. This one is our book buddy read, so I know that I need to read these in the month of May, but then I also think we're going to have a few books scattered throughout this video because I am a mood reader, and Allie might be joining us for a little bit because she's going to be doing a vlog from Texas, so we might have a little combination book thoughts. I'm really excited. The first one that I think I'm going to be reading is The Kiss Quotient by Helen, Wong. Now, what's kind of funny about this is the book that like started me on my rom-com cartoon cover journey, and we actually made a video about it. So if you want to check that one out, it will be in the description box. The first time that I read this book, I liked it. I liked it a lot. However, I think I was unprepared. I went in blind and I may have been slightly shocked. So I'm very excited to reread this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to be doing an episode on it, and this is one of Allie's all-time favorite books, so it's super fun that it's going to get to be a reread for both of us. And then I think I'm going to jump into Beach Read by Emily Henry. This book just came out, and I have read People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read, and I did not like either of them, like at all. For some reason I just didn't vibe with the books, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is, because I know that they were super popular, but this is our Patreon book buddy read for the month of May, and I am really excited to read it because I know some people who've received ARCs and they said that it is absolutely exquisite. So I'm very excited to jump into this one. So this is not necessarily one that I read this week, but I went to the bookstore and I had like a hankering for like a cute little Regency romance rom-com kind of situation, and my eye caught on this one, To Have and to Hoax by Martha Waters. The back of this, the blurb of this book is downright hilarious. I had to DNF it at 50%. Like, it just like, I was so bummed because I was so excited. I thought it sounded so cute. The back was so funny, and then it just didn't deliver, and I was super bummed. And I knew that I could keep going and probably finish it, but like I just wouldn't be happy about it, so I just decided to DNF it. However, I did pick up another Regency romance rom-com with a cute little cartoon cover, and it's Never Fall for Your Fiance by Virginia Heath, and this is like a fake dating trope, Regency romance style, and I like the sound of that. So I might read this one this week in the hopes of kind of like replacing it, and so hopefully I'll like this one more. I'm very excited. So fake dating, fake engagement, and then I think obviously they fall for each other. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. So we'll see what I end up getting to. We'll see what I end up adding to this list, because I am such a mood reader, but I'm really excited. Y'all, this book, I remember the first time I read it, I had some qualms when I finished with it. This time, what qualms? No qualms. It is so good, and I think it's probably because now I'm more used to reading rom-coms. I might be a little bit more used to some language and actions and things like that, so it's not quite as surprising to me, because it definitely was a surprise the very first time that I read it, and things started to get a little spicy on page 20. But this book is just so good. The characters are absolutely incredible. The fact that like there's just so much depth to them. Michael. Oh my gosh. I think one of the things that I loved the most about him and his character is that he really took the time to think about other people and to think before he acted. And so one of the things that drew me to him was that he really wanted to understand Stella and the motivations behind her words and her actions, and he did that. And he was very thoughtful towards her and towards his family, and I just ate up his point of view. It was just so fun getting to read and being in his head. I also loved his whole backstory with his parents and how his father impacted a lot of his current decisions, and seeing his growth through that was just incredible. Just incredible. And then we have Stella. For the representation in this book, with Stella being autistic and Michael being Vietnamese Swedish, and like Helen Wong being autistic and writing this in own voices, it was just chef's kiss, so good. So I think my favorite part of Stella's growth and journey, she's so conscious of other people and how she might be affecting them, or her actions and her thoughts, and she's just very thoughtful in that way. But her realizing that she's allowed to take up space too, and that like she's allowed to do things because she likes it and she loves it and she's passionate about it, was just one of the most beautiful pieces of growth for me personally, getting to see that, and I just absolutely ate it up. So I think this book is going to become a consistent comfort reread for me. I can't wait to talk about it with Allie on the podcast. It was just so fun. I'm so glad I got to reread it. In case y'all can't tell, 5 out of 5 stars from me. But moving on, we have Book Lovers. We'll see if I'm able to finish it today. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.
So we made a fun little announcement yesterday over on our Instagram, and this has been a project that I have been thinking about for years and working on since November of 2021. So it's finally here. It's finally happening. We have ordered everything and we're waiting on a couple more items to arrive. But next step is box assembly. So I have piles of unopened boxes here, and I'm gonna bring you along with me to unpack them. I am not going to reveal everything because we're gonna be slowly doing reveals over the next couple of weeks before the sale on June 3rd. And I don't want to spoil everything, but I am gonna spoil one thing, and that is what is in this box. So keep up with me. It's gonna be chaotic, it'll probably be messy. Can't wait to show you what is inside. So we've been planning and working on this box for months, and the process has definitely had its ups and downs, but there is no way that I could have done any of this without Jacqueline's support and the support of some incredible small businesses that we're partnering with for the box. One of the big items that's included is a canvas tote, and we are not going to be revealing the design. That is one of the surprise items that you'll only get to see after the boxes are sold and it is in your hands. It's a little special to me because my mom is a small business artist and she helped me construct the design. So it's really cool to be able to represent her work and get to include her little promotional materials in the box. A majority of the items that will be included in the box are flat, so we were able to bulk order them from a printing company, which is definitely going to help keep things organized during the assembly process. Some of these items will be revealed eventually, some of them will not, so you're just going to have to wait and see. Next is the stuff that you don't really think about until you're thinking about packaging and bulking shipments. So I picked up some shipping labels and I ordered a 10-pound box of crinkle paper filler to keep things packed nice and safely in the boxes. I was so excited to finally unpack the boxes themselves. I'm super pleased with the way the design turned out on all of the sides, and this was the moment that it started to feel like it was really coming together. Originally, we thought these wouldn't arrive until a lot later, so getting them weeks early was really incredible. We went with a smaller box size so that we can hopefully save everyone a little bit of money on shipping, save as much as possible. And I think that the little compact design is actually really cute. Finally, it is time for the first item reveal. We talked about the goal to support small businesses, so we reached out to a few with our vision, and we could not be more thrilled to share that Fable Grounds is one of our partners. Caitlin and her team did an incredible job of creating this exclusive found family blend, with the label representing a certain black beak coven and their wyverns. We can't wait to show you more and get these boxes in your hands, so make sure that you're following the Bibliovert podcast on Instagram to get every update and reminders about June 3rd. We're so excited, we can't wait.
This book is so good. Is so incredibly good. I truly don't know if I have ever laughed as hard while reading a book as I did reading this one. Like, my throat is sore. And then I proceeded to all out cry throughout the end of it. I feel so many emotions right now, and they are all such good emotions. I don't think I would change a single thing about this book. Not a single thing. It was exquisite. And not only was it just like absolutely laugh out loud hilarious, the growth that these characters go through and the things that they learn about themselves and the things that they want and the way that they fight to communicate it, and like how raw everything was just so well done. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. I am sad to have to wait till the end of May to be able to talk about this book with our little family, because I don't want to wait. I want to talk about it. Now, I could move on and be productive and get ahead and go ahead and read the next 2 books that I need to for our podcast episode. But that's not until like 3 weeks from now. And I love this series, but I kind of want to read something new because I had so much fun with Book Lovers. So I might stay on the romance and read Never Fall for Your Fiance. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start this one right now. I hope it's better than the last one. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start it. And we'll see. I don't know. I'm so happy. I loved a book. It's so good. But that is it for now. I am going to go ahead and start reading, and I'll probably check back in with you later. So I can't believe that I forgot this, but Ali Hazelwood's new novella, Under One Roof, came out 2 days ago, and I haven't read it yet. So instead of doing Never Fall for Your Fiance, I'm going to read this one first, because I have been foaming at the mouth waiting to read it. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Hello, I'm back. It's been several days. One reason that it's been so long is because it literally took me forever to read one of the books, and then the other reason is because I got a cat. Her name is Paige, like book Paige, and she's super cute. But yeah, she's been delightfully distracting, so it's taken some time away from filming. We finished some books today, so we're gonna talk about them. First things first, I read Ali Hazelwood's new novella, Under One Roof. It was so good. Like, Ali Hazelwood cannot do wrong. Like, literally, everything she writes is so great. I think the length was perfect. It was just over 100 pages, but it gave you enough time to like get to know the characters, fall in love with them, understand their tension, and there were just aspects of the book that were just so much fun. But then the ending, I've read it 3 times. That's all we're gonna say. It was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I almost wished that like we could have a full book on them, just because I fell in love with the characters so freaking much. I think I wrote down that I gave it 4 stars. However, I'm probably gonna give it 5. I don't know. I really, really liked it though. So the next book that I read is Never Fall for Your Fiance by Virginia Heath. This is the book that took me literally forever to read. It felt like it was 900 pages. This book felt so freaking long. It was enjoyable, like it was fine for the most part, but it was just very redundant. And like I got tired of reading about the same thing over and over and over again. And then the ending of this book, there was something that happened that I wanted to shake the main character and be like, honey, no, you deserve better than that. No, ma'am. And like, I think that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. So while this was like a 3-star read, it quickly dipped into, I think I gave it, 2 stars. So I was just kind of like, not really there for it. Which leads me to the latest book that I read, which is 9 Rules to Rake While Romancing a Rake by Sarah Mclean. This book, when we interviewed Shelby Mehurin, we were asking her what she was reading. She said that this was one of her all-time favorites. So because I have this Regency romance itch that needs to be scratched, I decided to read it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so much fun. However, it did not scratch the particular itch, and this is why. When I read Regency romance books, and this like feels weird coming out of my mouth, but here we go. I read it for like the slow burn tension, the like, oh my gosh, our hands touched each other while both of our hands are gloved, you know, like that kind of tension that would make sense during that time period. With this book, it was a lot quicker. And it was a lot more substantial in what the tension may be. I don't know if that's really making any sense at all. So it just like didn't scratch that itch that I needed of kind of like that, I don't know, slow burn build of a relationship. Ironically, the end of this book, I'm not going to go into details because it is kind of a spoiler, did something similar with the end of this book where I wanted to shake the main character and be like, girlfriend, no, you deserve better. So I think that didn't bum me out because obviously everything got smoothed over and it worked out in the end. But I was just kind of like, I don't know. I enjoyed it, just wasn't particularly what I was looking for, so I gave it 3 stars. However, I have come prepared for the potential scratch the Regency romance itch that I have. Let me show you what I got. Okay, so these two, I'm not sure if they're technically Regency, but you catch my drift. I have The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. The back of this book sounds absolutely hilarious. I bought it today. I think it sounds super cute. So we'll see if this one is a win. The other one is Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. This is 1879, so a little bit potentially later than Regency. But I have heard absolutely amazing things about this book, and especially recently I've heard really good things. So I think this one's going to be a lot of fun to read, but again, I don't know if it's going to scratch that itch, you know? And then my last option is the Bridgestone Series. This one is the first one, The Duke and I, by Julia Quinn. I might skip the first one and go for the second one because I hear that Anthony's book is just so good. I have watched both seasons of the show, but we'll see. So, needless to say, I have some options, which is nice, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to jump into these just yet or if I'm going to maybe get a little bit of a palate cleanser, try something else out. But I do think that is the end of this vlog. I don't think I can read another book before I need to start editing this video, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it. However, I hope that you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. You can also check us out over on Instagram at the Bibliovertpodcast. We also have a Patreon that is just so much fun, filled with an amazing community. We do monthly book buddy reads that are always a delight, and then we have a chat at the end of the month to talk about the book. And then we also have a bunch of other perks like Patreon exclusive episodes of our podcast, which is the Bibliovertpodcast, and we have episodes that come out every single week on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play, so definitely check that out as well. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic week, happy reading, and I'll see you next time.